Hey, hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Just a quick recap of the market's action for today, and we just closed the week. This is the second week in here that the markets have been kind of weak, just trying to push higher, but continuing to fail and close towards the lows, as you can see. Now, the action is still tight, and it's not you don't have like huge declines in any way. The RSI, it is coming from lower 30 after that big sell-off, and it really hasn't managed to get itself above 60. That's a bit of a concern, but this is what could happen up here, and this is kind of what I'm going to be watching for. It doesn't mean that the market has to do that and do a big leg lower. It's not impossible, but it could be something where we're basically building a little bit of a ledge here and just kind of maybe like a bullish flag, some kind of a right shoulder that looks, something like this back here, and then we try to break the neckline, and then continue to go. So we could be in a period of a little bit of a sideways move from a weekly perspective. Now, on the daily, things are, and I'm going to get back that on the daily here, things are looking, kind of, it seems that they're looking weaker and weaker every time. And you can see we're continuing to have pretty heavy distribution every single day. And now we have like almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of distribution here. That is a bit concerning, and it's starting to kind of widen out a little bit in here. So, when we look at the Elliott Wave, and even just at the basic daily candle structure, where I actually don't have the open, I only have the high, the low, and the close, which the close is the one that matters, and that's the most important one. You can see how every single candle in here it's having a close towards the low. So very tight still. It's not like you have a big waterfall down, but it is continuing to put into perspective the idea of a fifth wave maybe being completed. Once you overtake all these three bars to the upside, if Sunday night futures, some good news come up, or from the geopolitical front, from the economic front, who knows, and you get a big gap open on Monday, and you continue to be strong, and you have a lot of volume coming in, then we will quickly reverse and just try to see if we can hunt up for a fifth wave. But until then, I'm still thinking that this market could be poised to break lower towards 57.67. It doesn't change the larger wave count in any way. It would probably be some kind of an ABC developing, which we will take a look as it starts to form. So that's from a pure Elliott. I wanted to show you a couple of other things in here. Basically, kind of what's going on with the number of stocks. Just a little bit of a breath quickly above the 20-day EMA. I mean, this has been a divergence, and I've talked about that before, where you made a big high here, almost 90% of stocks, but then as the S&P was continuing to go, stocks above their 20-day moving average continue to fall. The ones at the 50, they're stalling. Same with the 150, and the one above 200, they're actually diverging. So you don't have a lot of participation in here, not a lot of conviction. There are some, like I said, these kind of high beta stocks that people are chasing in here. But it is interesting. I mean, today we've had pretty big losses from the likes of Google, maybe even Amazon, and once these guys start to put pressure, I think the market can deteriorate. So it's very interesting what's going on. We looked at the distribution. I also wanted to show you that we cracked below this level, and we closed just slightly below it, but right at the 20-day moving average there. So that's that's probably going to try to hold. We'll see what the market does on Monday. If we crack below it and close, that's going to be another plus in the bears column, another negative in the bulls column. So they're going to be watching for that closely, because we haven't lost the 20-day. I mean, the last time we were below it was basically back here in April 23rd. So it's almost a month since we haven't gone below that 20-day average. So definitely something to watch. Also with the RSI here near 50, there could be opportunities on the long side, but you got to wait for some kind of a confirmation, like a bullish move up and a close at least above 6,021. Bitcoin, on the other hand, I've made a video just related to Bitcoin yesterday on the price action. With the wave count to the downside, so check that out. But I was saying, what's happening in here, especially because you had this rejection right there and then the one up at the top, and now we're pushing lower. So that's the couple of signals in here that the market, it's met with rejection from higher prices. This was a good bullish signal, but it failed. So it's like, get out of there, right? Because it's no good. Then it tried again, closed below, broke below it, and it's just now you're even below the 50-day. We'll see how we close later today. But the thing is, there's a pressure weakness, RSI dropping at 44, PPO about to break below zero. You could get a waterfall down pretty quickly in Bitcoin. I'm not saying it will happen. I mean, nobody really knows, but I think this 100K will get tested and maybe even broken. And so check that video with the wave count, because if that's a 1, 2, and you're looking for a larger third, it could be a 3, 4, and 5 to develop still to the downside. But I'll touch quickly on IBIT since I have that open, and that's this is another daily time frame in here. Where you're trying to rally, you're falling apart, getting rejected. You're trying to rally, coming back towards the lows again. Yesterday the same, the prior day kind of, not much. And this smells more and more like this low here could be taken out, and we could start heading lower here towards maybe 55 or so in the IBIT market. So, just wanted to keep it short and just give you a quick recap of the market. Let me know what you think. Happy to have you in the channel. Subscribe, like, whatever you think, comment. Let me know your counts. I'd love to take a look at more stocks if you have them. Just put them in the comments, and I'll be happy to try to include them in my videos if you want me to look at any wave counts anywhere. So, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.